Start off by asking the question, how many of you have Facebook personally? Okay, and for your council? Okay. How about Twitter personally? And Twitter for your council? Okay. What about Instagram personally? Instagram for your council? A bit less. YouTube personally? YouTube for your council? Oh, good. Okay. Pinterest? Oh, really? Okay, good. Google Plus? LinkedIn? Anything else?
Tumblr.
Oh, really? Anyone got Tumblr? Yep. Cool. Oh, Snapchat. Oh, no, yeah. There was a couple of articles that came out about Snapchat and engaging around the 14, 15-year-old mark, so it's a really younger demographic, so good on them. Not in that way. It's actually good for some councils, that and Vines, which Sharmini will go through. If you're trying to engage with the younger demographic, especially like skate parks or younger initiatives, even sort of community outreach, it's really good for that sort of format. And also Snapchat started doing news. So people in the older demographic are starting to connect with Snapchat because of the news. I just feel like it's got too much going on. It's just too many things to check all the time. So I don't like it.
Where do you stop?
Where do you stop, exactly? So your top social media networks. So this is Feb this year. Facebook, of course. YouTube is the second largest search engine in the world after Google. So YouTube's pretty important. I do find it really annoying, those ads. So, but that's just part of how things change. And that's really why some of these social media networks exist. They offered something free and fantastic at first, and then they start charging advertising and they make money from it. So that's also a consideration. And that's what makes it harder also for you to get presence to, say, Facebook, because sometimes they're pushing your news feeds down unless you get extra engagement because the ads take the place. So there's also things to consider. WordPress, so blogs through WordPress, Tumblr, Instagram, LinkedIn, Blogspot, Twitter, TripAdvisor, etc. And there's Snapchat. So things have definitely changed, and they will continue to change. Some of them trends and fads, some are appropriate for certain audiences. I don't know if anyone remembers MySpace, but it's pretty much dead here.
Have you got an age in terms of how old some of these are?
Definitely. We'll actually go through in terms of when they first started.
Versus their rank now and their age, like is Snapchat 12 months old, Facebook's 10 years old?
Facebook's over 10 years, Snapchat is in the last couple of years. I don't have the exact ages for it, that's a really good question. Okay, so what you want to use social media. So you want to boost your site traffic, you want to enhance your visibility online, you want to come up in search engines, you want to facilitate positive engagement with desired audiences, you want to get useful statistics as well. There's a lot more that you can learn from the statistics in Facebook and Twitter than you can from your own actual website. So I definitely, that's part of my job, is to compare stats for clients in regards to different mediums, and sometimes there's a lot more insight what you can actually see through Facebook, because you can see how they engage to a specific message, not just whether they've come to your website and how long they've spent on each page, but it's quite up to the minute. So that's what I find really useful. Trolls. So we had a few questions regarding trolls and how to handle them, even if they're in your own company, which is really hard for your organisation. So how do you spot a troll? So why do trolls exist? Why do people graffiti walls? We don't know. There's just people out there that like the attention, they want to mess with people, they're bored, they're argumentative people, they may have other mental issues, we don't know. But in regards to trolls, how do you spot them? Generally they're argumentative for no reason, and even when you present logical argument, they still argue back. So sometimes it's better just to leave it at that and just to let them look like a fool. If anyone's reading sort of what you've done, like with Woolworths, they look silly, not you. But if you argue back with them and engage them, it's not great. They sometimes will respond shouting with capital letters or swear words. They'll purposely try and incite issues in terms of social media, so they'll undermine authority. There's a lot of different things that they do. There's the anatomy of a troll. So there's a bit of a joke there. The main thing I would say with trolls is ignore them if you can, but you have to have some sort of response. So you do have to put something out there, but you've got to do it in a careful way. So we'll give some examples. Witty responses where appropriate will make them look silly, and sometimes you can block the user as a last resort. You don't want to be deleting comments though, especially if you've responded positively, because it shows that you don't just have all positive stuff on your page, but you also can respond to negative comments. I came across these ones. So as I said, I stalked all of you. I looked at your Twitter. I found some examples where people were actually arguing policy or they're putting arguments like this one here. Why do ratepayers not know that councils pay 90k to a governing body? Terrible use of hashtags, I must say, but it's good to see sort of what you can come against, and you need to have someone responding to that, and you need to respond quite quickly, because if they do something like that and then 10 other people jump on the bandwagon, it's too late. Whereas if you respond quickly and you've got a good response, then it can limit the damage, and you can't delete it. You can't really hide that sort of stuff. It's going to happen. It's something you have to get used to. I gave an example of what happened to our Perth account. To give you a bit of background, I'm the state manager for WA, and our WA division actually sponsors Government Communications Australia, which is why we're here today. And these are our Eastern States teams as well. We started a local page because we wanted to test how local works differently to, say, a national page for the company across Australia. And it's particularly relevant for you guys because you're engaging with a smaller audience, you're engaging locally. So we just started this page in January this year for that particular purpose, because in line with what Google was doing with Pigeon, you needed that local presence. So our WA page I put as an example in many cases because it shows you how to engage on a local level. Rather than our huge national Alexa page, it's good to see how you can engage locally. This is an example of a troll that we had. So when we first started our page, they said, at us, why does your page only have a few followers? Exapert says it's the largest digital agency in Australia. How come it's only got 351 followers? Great question. X's national account has over 2,000. The Perth one has just started 351 followers in 1 month. It was pretty good. So we're trying to be sort of witty and smiley about it. But then he said obsession with followers is unhealthy. I doubt anyone reads and replies to tweets from 2,000 followers. So yeah, we just said, look, we disagreed with it. Good point. It's never good to obsess about the number of followers and good to engage with them properly, which is what we do. Take care. So,
you got the next one down the bottom.
Yeah, and then the last one was, we're wondering what the purpose of the initial tweet is from @WatchingWA if the number of followers don't matter in the first place. So, yeah.
When you get your third party endorsement.
Yeah.